So for most of the people, if I would say, what's your idea of happiness? Someone would say, oh, it would be lying down on the sand under the sun and um, just feeling the sun waves on my body. Some it would be touching someone else. Another, our body is just a factory of producing different types of outcomes, and I just want to be with another body that also another factory of such outcomes, and people will be feeling happy about that. That's my idea of, most people will say. And all these are limited to the physical body. So when we focus and our idea of happiness becomes so much like food, so many people are at the same time on the planet obese, and a lot of people are dying out of lack of good food also. And it's all happening at the same time. The kids who are dying out of the kids who are getting hit with depressions, and in all this rumbling and all these ups and downs which are happening at a level, some related to COVID, some related to other, and COVID is not the only thing which is for it. It's just a super smart disease. It's going to be coming up with different options and variants as it tries to teach to humanity something. The only way to work with COVID is, of course, to see it as a blessing. And the more that we see COVID as a blessing, because what does it do finally? It lets go of the people more who are above 60 and people who have got, who I'm around 60. So I can be like the gay person who can make a joke about gay people, sort of something like that. But we are using up the resources and we are not making way. And most of us are on this planet just getting more and more into the physical world and feeling unhappy and sad because not everyone has got the same ability to go to Cuba, to lie down under the sun or have enough interaction so that there's someone near them, etc. So whatever the idea of people's happiness is, most of them are not being fulfilled. And the covering of the faces in the society around doesn't really help. And the fact that countries are getting locked down. Also, even though you were never planning, let's say, to go to Russia, and you know that Russia is now right now closed and Germany is closed, even though it still would have an impact on you. But sort of your basic right is taken away. But in all this turmoil, the opportunity to become spiritual gets really, really prioritized. Like this is the one and only time in the history of humanity when all the deep secrets of enlightenment, of how to make a quantum jump from just living on this planet with the unnormal mundane life. Oh, I have this name, this is my body, and my body had these parents, and my body had these friends, and my body has these desires. And inside this body is a living force that I consider to be myself. I think I'm my consciousness, and this is my style of thinking. I think black is good, blue is bad, yellow is this, and then this, that. So a ton of likes and dislikes, creating a set of attitude that we call, or you call, your personality, and that you identify with yourself. And we think that with COVID and death, that personality gets zeroed out, and maybe it does. Maybe it does. But behind the body, behind the facility where all these thoughts and judgments come up, and behind this style of thinking, rationalizing, this is good, this is bad, COVID is bad, this is good, all those things, life is good, that is bad, is one of the final ones. So we have all the movies where at the end Especially the Hindi movies. Indian movies have got the ending that the bad guy dies, the hero marries the beautiful looking actress or the hero. And the assumption is yeah, that's a good ending. How do you know? How do you know? Death for the right reason is an excellent way to evolve. You go to the car place from where you rented a car that is now old and used, and the engine is giving problem, the gases are coming out and the oil is leaking and this and that, and it's not the latest model. You take your car back to the place from where you rented and you give back the old car. You get a new one if you want to be still driving on this planet. You get a new car, and it's very flexible. You start off from a zero again, so you have zero mileage on that car. So that's what totally happens. But when we are locked up in this way of thinking that I am going to be trusting and believing only in things that I can touch, see, and feel, and then people either become agnostic. I only believe what I see. And in that way, they empower something. I only see this. I only breathe this. I only feel this. So people become very, very super individualistic. And then it takes another twist and they say, we are scientific. And there is no scientific proof of God because I can't touch, see, feel. Okay, that is okay. But the fact that you are saying that your senses are the most important thing on the planet, it takes you down a path where it becomes almost impossible for you to be happy. And I'm going to explain why. When you say that your body and your feelings are the only source, and that is the only knowledge that you believe in, based on your feelings, all the five senses, ask a street magician or just watch them, all the five senses can be fooled. Smell can be of something else, the touch can be of something else. What you see is not always what you get. You may be led into seeing things which may be there, may not be there. So we have created this trap in which our senses are tied up with making the senses happy is what is considered to be happiness. So if for most of them, having sex and having good food and being comfortable has been confused. So your sense gratification of eating rich, having these physical releases, I'm not saying orgasm. And this is a grown-up class, so don't get into a judgmental. So whatever your idea of happiness is, it's based right now on your body. Having sex, having food, feeling comfortable, and that can be sold. So you can be sold a shirt which is like Gucci or something like that, and you can feel your ego can take, oh, this is Versace or whatever, and you're willing to pay like 20 to 100 times for that label, even if that label may wash away, because it's giving to your ego a kick. And that can be bought. You can work more, or you can do whatever, you can get more money, and you can buy that ego gratification, or you can buy that ego satisfaction, or you can buy the sense gratification. And then you can think that you are happy. But it's just artificial high. And some people on the path of combine spirituality with comfort. And I meet with them a lot of times. People who have been smoking pot, or people who have even flown to Peru and taken ayahuasca. And then in their head, whatever is the new reality that they have imagined, it comes into. And sometimes they feel okay. And later on, all these pot smoking and ayahuasca, etc., always leads down to paranoia. and suicidal thoughts, which you may have even without. And worst case scenarios is people in there looking for ego gratification. I want to be special, I want to be enlightened, can take pot, can take ayahuasca, can even after taking, I came to know about a spiritual retreat costing around $5,000 to $7,000, 10 days. And everyone in the retreat, it was in Hawaii for 10 days, was high on pot, including the teacher. And everyone was happy. And the vibrations of Om Namah Shivaya are so strong. It's like a revolver. Even if it is in the hands of an ape, and you can correlate it to me also, even if it is in the hands of a very simple person like me, even then it will be effective because it works objective of whether you are on pot, you're on high, you're not high, you're enlightened, you're not enlightened. A deep part of you is always going to be struck with the vibrations of these holy sounds and prayers. That is a guarantee that you will feel today. Okay. So all I'm trying to do is that the physical world, happiness that everyone is looking for, is all tied up to the physical senses, and our identity, which we call personality, is locked up with this body. But the personality is based on the word persona, which means mask that we put on to navigate the world, our social interactions. And then behind the mask is the real you. Now the trick is that the real you and the real me are the same. Think of us, these 20 people that we are all connected digitally right now, as one body, but different cells. And the total consolidation of the body is a superpower that we cannot, the heart cannot really understand. If you were to start talking with your heart or the cells of your heart, and you tell to your heart cell, you are me, I am you, the heart cell is going to say, no, I'm just a cell, I'm limited, I see other cells, I believe in them, I don't believe in you because you're just a noise in my head, I don't really feel you. And you say, yeah, but if you were to see me, I was to take you out from the heart and somehow show to you who I am or who you are in totality. In around 3 seconds, you will die because you will be out of your framework of reference. So at that time, most of the people will say, no, I don't want any enlightenment. I want to continue as the heart cell. So you have to be ready for that jump, quantum jump of consciousness to break out of the mundane limitations that you have put on yourself, starting with the first and the foremost. You are not the body. All the Gita, the Quran, the Bible, all of them at the end of the day just come to one single sentence. So in these super fast, efficient times of COVID, that one sentence is the core, and you have to take a leap of faith. You are attending this digital session, so think of it that we are all connected, and you just trust. You place the most holy or the precious thing that you have in your power, your focus, following your trust in the words that are flowing, not from me, through me. So you trust that I'm not the body. And just with that one sentence, you start to discover the non-body part deep hidden or encased or put in the safest place where even if your body was to get destroyed, that soul part of you will never be destroyed. Deep in your heart, in the deepest part of your heart. I want you to imagine a temple to the Creator. That's what your heart is. And in this, the deepest part of your heart, in the deepest part of the temple, I want you to imagine the mystic symbol of Hindus, Om, and feel the vibration of Om filling this temple in the deepest part of the heart temple. And in the center of this temple is the Om, a bright golden burning light. And in the center of Om is the infinity of all the universes, all the creations. When you had been identifying yourself with your body, you were locked in this body. Now you're identifying with the deepest part of your heart, the holiest of all holy places, the most sacred. And out here, all the walls of your own thinking that you have put. I am this body, I have this style of thinking, I like this. Those actually had become walls. They break out with Om in the center of your heart, and your heart becomes an infinity in which everything is there. You're flying above this ocean of infinity of your heart, and you're just feeling the vibrations, the whole thing, what you are seeing, the ocean of infinity. The one that is flying above this, the observer, and the vibration, the mystical experience that you're having, it's all reduced to one Om. 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 You de-identify with the first Om from your body. You're not your body. Second Om, you de-identify yourself from your thoughts and whatever thoughts and streams of thinking have been present in your head. And the third Om, you let go of your style of thinking, which is basically, I like this, I don't like this. So all your prejudice are released. Om. Om. Now with these three Oms, you identify yourself with the three qualities of the infinity of the Creator. Think of yourself as rays of the sun which have left the sun for various adventures in various forms, in different planets, in different creations. Right now, locked up on Earth in this body. Not even locked up, just using this body. This sack of blood and some organs. You're using this sack to serve others. So the three qualities of the God are love, light, and laughter. Oh, you become total love, unconditional love. The love that you have been looking for all over the world in your different attempts. You're looking for more respect, you're looking for more money, you're looking for more food, you're looking for more security, you're looking for love. And now you identify that you are the source of love. So how can a person who is a billionaire be looking for a $1 note on the planet? You are a billionaire. Om Namo Shivaya. Namo Shivaya is the mantra, is the prayer, taking you from your normal human existence to the infinity of the Creator. That since no words can describe the infinity of the Creator of which you and me are the part. Sounds come out from my mouth, they reach your ears, but the consciousness that is present in both of us is the same. So there is no hierarchy. Oh, I'm teaching you this. No, it's just a game, role playing. Oh, Namo. Shiva is the infinity, conditional name for the infinity of love. The form of God that sponsors, supports the growth towards infinity of love via meditation is the God Shiva. So, and that God Shiva is present and dormant in everyone, and it is getting activated. And Om Namah Shiva means Om, I activate my divine energy. Namo, not mine, but I belong to the infinity. So Om invokes, activates your energy located in your body, mind, and intellect behind that. And immediately it becomes, the moment those powers are unleashed, you become, no, not me, but I belong to the universe. The universe doesn't belong to me. I belong to the universe to serve it, because the universe, the people in your lives, the events that have happened, the stories of your life, all your memories, all that is happening, all that will happen, all that you see and that you don't see, is all one that we know as God. Namo, not me. And Shiva is pure dissolution or dissolving of yourself to become an infinity of love at a level of heart. Everyone is working nowadays at a level of head. So everyone is pragmatical. What's in it for me? How can I use this to make more money? How can I use this to get ahead in life? How can I use this? How can I get more from life? And the heart is always, I want to give. So activate the heart. Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Now bless yourself. In this moment of dissolution, bless yourself so that you see yourself as a golden angel, and you bless everything and everyone that has happened in your life. And the whole group will use the power of visualization to help everyone over out there. So just the key of becoming a healer is to find someone who accepts your healing energy. So the whole group will go around one by one. All 19 of us will be sending love to one and then move on. So the first person is Krishnamurti. So if the whole group sends from the heart love to him as a golden wave. See yourself as a golden angel with wings, blessing, sending blessings to another angel and sending love to Krishnamurti. Whatever turmoil he had in his life 9 months ago is resolved. Whatever turmoil he has had in his life, whatever changes he has had 9 months ago, he blesses the people. There are two people in that event, man and woman. So he sends love to those, to that event, and sending love to whatever happened 8-9 months ago. He becomes free, And we become enlightened because we have found someone who is accepting the blessings flowing through us. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. We are sending love, light, and laughter as a golden wave to Rita. And she has been a lot of stress in the last 1 month or 3 weeks. Om Namo Shiva. It's the question of death has arisen in her head. Om Namo Shiva. So enlightenment takes you to a place beyond body, and body is the one that dies. The soul never dies. The soul cannot die. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Marina, Om Namo Shiva. And she's sharing her blessings with her sons. Om Namo Shiva. And husband. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Larissa is sending love to her disease, which is like a wake-up call, so that now she is evolving spiritually very fast. And by evolving spiritually, by becoming whole spiritually, the body also lets go of some of the diseases. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Katya. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Zarina had some issues 2 weeks ago. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Peace, whatever happened 2.5 years ago. Om Namo Shiva. Conflict and then sadness 2.5 years. Om Namo Shiva. Hey, the relationships and legal issues. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Whatever the group is sending, that person is sending love, light, and laughter to the incidents and to the people involved. Om Namo Shiva. She is sending love, light, and laughter to her liver and kidneys. Om Namo. And whatever caused them to be impacted. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Gala is reconciling with the family. Galovne bol ulte shayatsa gal. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Megan, Om Namo Shiva. Letting go of whatever happened when you were 19 and 2 months. A huge conflict in relationships. And then at 27, break, emotional investment in breakup. And 31st year of life, new start. And 34th, conflict, even legal things. All these things are from the past and you let go. By sending love, light, and laughter to the events of our life, we let go. We empower the true myself, the true you is empowered by sending blessings to the incidents that are stored in our mind as happenings. But all these happenings are in the past. Even 1 second ago, whatever happened is in the past. We have a very dynamic experience. So let it go. 19, 21st, 24, 27, 31st. All of them related to relationships. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om. Everyone feel the power of Om flowing through us. Namo, our heart expanding. Shiva, visualize the other person as receiving the golden light from your heart, one way. 2, see that other person as becoming whole, smiling, golden light. Second way. 3rd, just offer the prayer, the effort of the prayers and breathing, offer it to the other person. And in the process of serving the others with their permission, you also grow and evolve. Because only people who are serving others by praying for them, by doing some acts, by thinking even for, they are the people who are living and who have joy. All the others are just happiness looking people. It's like happiness looking for happiness. Of course, it cannot find it. It cannot be found neither in relationships. They are sex actors committing suicide every day. It cannot be found in money. They're rich people taking drugs and depressed all the time. It cannot be found even in the normal family life, or in some, if everyone is respecting you, you think, and you don't have enough respect for yourself. So there's no happiness on the planet. There's just joy of serving. Only those who are serving others, knowing that they are spiritually and not looking for ego gratification or sense satisfaction or gratification, they are the only joyous people on the planet. Everyone just wish them well, that they grow spiritually, just like you are growing yourself right now. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva Ji and your family. Om Namo Shiva Tammy and your son. Om Namo Shiva Shad. Om Namo Shiva Priti. Namo Shiva. Now I'm going to be sharing with you one of the persons from our group. She went out on a date with a person who looked in his or her search for enlightenment, takes a lot of pot and thinks that he or she sees angels. And then it comes to a point, of course, when these voices and things gets inside their head. So nothing on this planet can disturb us from fulfilling our responsibility, which is to be the best mother, father, sister, daughter. Nothing can stop us, not Satana, not anything, not angel. They can only support us. Not even God can stop us from fulfilling our obligations on this planet, because that's our primary plan, mission, to serve others. But when people take drugs and or looking for higher powers, start interacting, I want to be seen, I want to open third eye and see dead people, etc. Then these dead people are just like us. They just lost a body. That's all. The only difference between us and the dead people is that we have a rent for higher organism called a body, a sack of some fluids and some organs, and with an exchange of oxygen happening in it and some fluids coming out from time to time. That's the only difference. But the death really envy us, because we still have the ability to serve, and they have limited, unless they become angels. But even angels have to work through. So I had promised you evidence of angels and other beings. So this lady, who is a part of she meditates regularly. She reaches out from time to time for different meditations or questions. And she uses tarot also. So when you're asking the universe, sometimes you can also open yourself to it. She went to a date, and coming back, she's sitting behind the driver, the Uber driver is driving her back, and she doesn't feel comfortable. And she is powdering her, like she's putting her lipstick or something, and suddenly her camera, which is in her bag, takes a photograph of her outside the bag. And the hand of the entity that had attached herself by her partaking with this gentleman is seen very clearly. So on one hand, I'm going to show the photograph, but it will just for 5 seconds, because it does give a person really a creepy feeling. But you have to see beyond it, that if there is an entity which is clearly visible on the photo, then there's also an angel that warned the lady off, that you have been taken care of, that you need rather. And she called, and we just prayed together. So I have blacked out somewhat so that her face is not really very visible, but you will see. So I'm going to be sharing a photograph of an entity which attached to her because she was in link with someone who smokes and whatever different practices. But the intent is that when you are totally aware that there are such things, then you are also have the correlating and corresponding faith, because that's what we lack. We want a God to be, we want to be able to see a God like an accountant sitting somewhere and taking note of everything happening on the, oh, this was good, this was bad, etc. But the universe is a tad sort of like really doesn't get into it, doesn't really care about a lot of the small things happening. But it does care if we hurt anyone. So I'm going to be showing to you the photograph so that you can see that they are angels, because otherwise this photograph could not have been taken. Even from the photograph, it's visible that her hands are not there. So who took the photograph and what's over out there? So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Let me see. I haven't really done this ever, so. One second. And this happened out of the blue. This break that happened right now, it happened out of the blue. And it always happens when we take the group to really mystical places. Things for which some of you may be prepared, may not be prepared. But these interactions show that the digital world is also a part of the world. And the lesson that is being imparted to you is too deeply spiritual to be a smooth thing. So the more challenges we have in our lives, the more interesting it is. And where are the challenges going to come from? From the other. And that is exactly what Satana means, the other one. The other one of who? The other one of God. But how can there be two gods or anything but God? So there is only one, and the one inside you and me is the same. Again, think of it, us together as being one entity. So stop looking for your own benefit, start to serve. And to serve, at times you will have to deprioritize your body and what your body wants or needs or what you think needs. You will have to prioritize the happiness of others. So that is becoming true spiritual. Meditation is not closing eyes and then Om Namo Shivaya, going to a sacred place, hearing the parrots and the birds and then coming back or getting this power or that. Meditation is serving others, playing your role to a perfection to the best of your ability. If you have children, you be the best mother. If you have mother, try to assuage and do the best, and then have total faith that I tried my best. Leave it at that. I have wife and two daughters. I try my best, but there's no way that even anyone can make anyone happy. It doesn't work like that. Happiness is up and down. But the joy of serving, that is a part of your soul. Okay. And people who are living just for themselves, no matter how many times Musk or Bezos, etc. I've met some of the really rich people, the people who should be so happy, super depressed, and that's why they reached out somehow to me. I'm not really like famous or out there, but sometimes people will reach out. And most of the time, there was a time when I was thinking, how is it that they made this money? And I saw that sometimes it's from the past, something that has been done, but the really rich people have no clue. They're clueless to how and why they have this money. And if they have this money and they're using that huge responsibility of having more money to the advantage of others, then there is a chance they're going to be joyous. If they have all this money and they spend it on whatever thingies, on planes and cars, it's just ego assuagement for really weak. If you really need the latest Ferrari or Mercedes or a relationship with a symmetrical face person or these thingies of the world you need to feel confident,